What's up, fellow movie buffs and film connoisseurs? It's your self-proclaimed Cinema Shogun here, and I think it's safe to say that we all have our own Brian Laundrie theories. I'll even take it one step further and say that most of us probably have that main theory that we think is the most likely, our main squeeze, if you will. But we also have a few little side theories, side pieces, little theories on the side that we entertain here and there that we also think might be a likely theory. And one of those little side theories for me has always been that Brian Laundrie isn't really too far away from home after all, and that he might just be in some random person's house. A friend, a neighbor, a family member, someone that he was close with. Because like we've all stated before, it's odd that we don't know a single friend of Brian's. This guy is a young guy, not too far out of high school, and it just seems like he has no connection to anyone but Gabby and his family. And that's the reason why I mainly started entertaining this theory that Brian could just be at a friend's house. Literally, sitting there, eating veggie chips, doing whatever vegans do while the police look for him. Because, I mean, the police haven't, searched far and wide for Brian. They're just at this reserve. So Brian could literally be across the street from the reserve and no one would ever know because it's not like they searched there. So that's always been a theory that I've been playing around with. But today, after Brian's father went to the reserve to look for him, something really interesting happened. He took the FBI through this neighborhood and just showed them this random house. And now that theory that Brian might just be hiding out in someone's house is really starting to play around in my mind a lot right now. Because why did Brian's dad take them through that neighborhood? It was the total opposite direction of where they were supposed to go. It wasn't a detour to his neighborhood. As you can see, they drove through this neighborhood and stopped. He showed them something and they talked for a few moments. Now, I mean, I don't think it's crazy to assume that he's showing them a spot where Brian maybe used to hang out. We know that he went to the Carlton Reserve today to supposedly show them certain hiking trails that Brian used to go on and certain places that he thought Brian would be. So I would only assume that they would drive through this neighborhood and he's showing them this house and this neighborhood because this is a place where Brian used to be. Or Brian used to hang out. Now, why is that? Could this just be some false big lead that the father is sending them on? Of course. Of course it can be. Or maybe they buddied around with him while they were searching the Carlton Reserve and they pressured him like, hey, well, since you're showing us these trails that your son used to go on, how about, throw us a bone and show us, maybe just a house that he used to hang out at? I mean, after all, you want to find your son, right? You're out here to show us trails where your son used to be. Well, after this, do you mind taking us by one of his friends' houses? Do you mind taking us on a little stroll through one of his friends' neighborhoods? And they maybe just put him on the spot right then and there. Kind of pressured him into doing it. Because I just don't see why they would invite this guy down there for this search. I believe they had, they had different motives. They had motives to press him, get a feel for his situation, get a feel for where his mind is at. And as we can see right here, apparently they got him to take them somewhere else. And I think that's very significant because this whole entire investigation this far has been in that swamp, in that reserve. And this location where him and the FBI stop at is the first location other than there where I believe the father might be trying to tell them this is a possibility where Brian would be, or this is a place where Brian used to be. So I find this really odd. And I'm wanting to know what's in that neighborhood, who's in that neighborhood. And I wonder if we're going to see a police presence in that neighborhood. Are they going to start asking questions in that neighborhood? The big question now is, what is going on with that neighborhood? But I want to know your thoughts and your opinions down in the comments below. What do you think is going on here? Do you think this might be a new place of interest? I want to hear all of your opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And a lot of you have been asking how can you support the channel and different things like that. I left my Cash App down in the description of this video. So if you want to support the channel, you can do it that way. Or leaving likes, comments, sharing this video is another way of supporting this channel as well. But as always, find some time out of your day to go watch a movie.